We're with a star of film, stage, and TV with over 200 credits to her name, actress, acting teacher, speaker, and the author of the spiritual book, Bright Lights, Dee Wallace, back again with us. So we were talking about the electromagnetic field.
Yes.
Talk to us a little bit
Well,
about
I'm
that.
going to make it really simple.
Good.
So it goes all around the earth, right?
Right.
And if you think of a radio and a radio signal, okay, you send that out, it hits the electromagnetic field, it gets bounced back, and we get the music or the transmission, right?
So it's what's being transmitted.
Absolutely, and the same thing happens with you in the universe. You're going to send out anger, you're going to get a lot of anger bounced back to you.
And maybe not even that day. It may bounce back to you a month, a year from that moment.
Well,
right?
absolutely, because it's accumulative.
Right.
So and this is the big thing that people don't understand. If you have anger or lack in your life, and you keep sending out there, I have anger and lack in my life, I have anger and lack in my life, it continually keeps getting bounced back to you, and people will come into your life that create anger. Right. Money flow will stop, because that is literally the direction and the definition of the energy that you're sending out.
So you're sending it out, but also you're telling your inner mind, which doesn't know the difference. Right. Doesn't know the difference between what's real and what you're giving it, and therefore it's also getting those messages, and hence here we are.
Yep.
So let's talk about a few of the books and a few of the shows that you've done, a few of the films that you've done. What is one of your favorite movies that you've done?
My favorite movie of all time is Cujo.
What and why?
Well, I just think I went about as far as I could go. You know, I look at it now.
In terms of what, acting or stretching yourself?
Yeah, yeah, in every way, mentally, physically, emotionally. I mean, for every scene you see in Cujo, I was working with a 4-year-old boy and a dog.
Right.
So whenever the 4-year-old and the dog worked, that's when they printed. So we would do 12, 14, 15 takes. Dee had to be on every single time, and every single time was how much do I break down, which way do I break down, when do I break down, you know.
So it's a little bit exhausting too over all that period of time.
Well, yes, because most people don't know this either. Your body doesn't know you're acting. Your body goes into the same chemical reactions as if you are really in fight or flight. So I blew all my adrenals when I was doing it. They treated me for exhaustion after the film was over.
So speaking of being treated, you also cured yourself of depression and of a thyroid condition. And how did you do that?
Do I look depressed to you?
No, and you've never sounded depressed to me, but there we go. So what did you do?
Yeah, I had it all, but you know, we have a lot of instances that in my business, because it's so publicized.
Right, you're
you
there,
know,
right.
Philip Seymour and so many people in my business appear to have it all and are really so incomplete within themselves. And I did. I cured my depression. I brought myself from high blood pressure to really low normal blood pressure. Brought myself back from high cholesterol. I did it all. Now, do I eat well? Yes, but I did it all through this healing work.
Okay.
And if you ask me what the core of it all is, and it's so simple, and people go,
it's too
really?
Simple, right?
And it's the truth. It's love yourself.
Which so many people don't do. Let's talk about your events, because you've been wonderful, and that's why you've been here on the East Coast. Tell us about what's been going on with the event, and it's Conscious Creation, right? That's the title of a lot of the events, the seminars that you're doing all over. Give us some more information.
Well, it's a lot more in-depth, fun.
We know.
I believe healing really should be fun.
It's
very interactive.
Right.
I go right in, and if somebody says, look, I think I want money, why don't I have money, Dee? My channel's able to go in and go, you have this belief, and it started at this age, and this is probably who gave it to you.
So again, it's those beliefs that have to really be extinguished or shifted with a sense of awareness, so that somebody
without blame.
Right.
Without blame to anybody that gave it to you or did
to
it to you.
yourself.
Because bottom line, guys, they're not going to change. They're not going to retrain you. They're not going to take back how they abandoned you or raped you or disappointed you. They can't take it back. But you can reparent yourself.
So you have to do the change.
Again,
it gets back to what we were talking about earlier.
Self-responsibility to love yourself.
Right.
In every way.
So you've gone through a lot of hardships, as everyone. You've had the death of your husband, the suicide of your father. How has that shaped you, not only in your acting career, but kind of birthing this spirituality?
Oh, good question. Well, I think it gave me compassion. First of all, to understand the road that we're all trying to travel to get ourselves back to wholeness. But it also gave me great determination that I did not and was not in any way going to remain a victim. And if I wasn't going to be a victim to the world, then I could not be a victim to myself. And I had to step forward and go, all right, Deanna Bowers, how are you going to be happy? And when are you going to choose to be happy? And when are you going to get up every single morning and look in the mirror and say, I love you and you're worth this?
And guess what? You've done a beautiful job. Thank you so much, Dee Wallace. You are incredible. We'll be right back with youth and sports education advocate Sherry Gold and the importance of creating a safe and balanced life for young athletes on and off the sports field.